Alright. I'm so happy to be standing up here celebrating the matrimony of two of my favorite people, my sister Jenny and her new husband, Paul. Since January, I have lived at their home and have been able to see how evident their love is for each other. And I love that this couple has finally become married. On the note of marriages, I remember rollerblading with my sister years back as we talked about weddings. I asked her who her maid of honor was going to be. She stopped for a moment, gave me a look like this, and said something like, Sarah, don't be stupid, of course I'll pick you. You're my sister, Sarah, Jenny's maid of honor. It had a nice ring to it. As soon as Paul proposed to Jenny, I knew I would have to begin fulfilling my duties. While my mother and sister planned out the finer details of this ceremony, I've been focused on sharing the words that will convey how much I care for both my sister and my new brother-in-law. I would like to share a few memories I have with my sister, Paul, and why they really go together like peas and carrots. I know we have some dancing to get to also, so I will try to maintain the brevity of this speech. Jenny and I have always been pretty close. Only 3 years apart, I was constantly trying to do everything she did. I took dance because of my sister, but I was never very graceful. My first position was kind of like this, whereas my sister could do a full split with perfectly straight arms. I also ice skated because she did too. I remember her skating at a competition, crossing over the smooth ice to the melody of Elvis's A Junkyard Dog. I didn't care what place she got. I just wanted to be just like her. We would play dress up, put on plays and dances together. Some nights my brother, sister, and I would play late night Uno, stealthily sneaking into Jenny's room to compete against one another until we heard one of our parents approaching the stairs. There are many other fleeting moments, jumping in the league, sledding down our deck, and acting silly as we swam around in our jacuzzi. I'm incredibly lucky to have been able to share my childhood with my two awesome siblings. I believe that our youth shapes who we become. Jenny has always been a very caring older sister. She has helped me when I've been injured, sick, or simply in need of advice. As an occupational therapist, she has continued to help others, choosing to help the children and people that need the help most. My sister and Paul started dating 5.5 years ago. I'm ecstatic that Paul is now officially my brother-in-law. I admire him because of his determination, fortitude, and passion. He is not only a full-time massage therapist, Pilates instructor, and student. He is also full-time in his relationship with my sister. He always manages to find the time to show how much he loves her. The cards he has given her over the past few years demonstrate how much he cares. There's this one card with a sunflower on it with sayings on each petal. On one petal he wrote, I love the way you are. That's what I love about Paul. He's always accepted her the way she is. I can tell you that Paul and Jenny are meant to be with each other. They run together, fight together, and lay in the sun together. My sister accepts Paul's enormous appetite and caters to the rumbles of his belly. Paul has also been a part of our family from the very beginning. He's always willing to help put the dock in each spring. He's genuinely excited to be part of our family Christmases. I've become accustomed to Paul rarely wearing a shirt. I'm actually a little surprised he's wearing one today, but I guess it is his wedding day. There was also this one time when I foolishly believed that I was as strong and as athletic as Paul. I attached myself to a bungee cord with Paul at the other end, and as he started sprinting, I lost my balance and was dragged across the field like a dog. The rubber and I acquired demonstrated the sibling-like relationship that Paul and I were developing. I was okay with it. A few years ago, Paul had viral meningitis and ended up in the hospital. I remember talking to Jenny, noting the worry and concern in her voice over Paul's illness on the phone. I asked if the two of them were soulmates in a semi-joking, semi-serious tone. She replied yes. Because she loved him so much, she didn't want to go home alone. In that moment, I knew Paul and Jenny would end up getting married. Therefore, it was no surprise to me when Paul did ask my sister to be his wife in the warm, relaxed ambiance of Jamaica last April. I even remember the day when Paul secretly asked my father's permission for my sister's hand in marriage. He was adamant about playing board games with my family that was full of giddiness and enthusiasm. He wore this dopey smile, and he probably wasn't wearing a shirt. A month later, he proposed, and it all made sense. Another 5 years from now, I'm not sure where Jenny and Paul will be, but I have no doubt that they will be very happy with each other. Perhaps they will have a child. Perhaps they will be traveling to exotic places where sunshine is abundant. Perhaps they will be doing the things they haven't had time to do since they began planning for this wedding. I have also noticed how committed Jenny and Paul have been in caring for Paul's grandparents. They care for others just as much as they care for each other. His grandparents have been together more than 70 years, and I know that Jenny and Paul's relationship has the potential to become as enduring and inspiring as theirs. Paul and Jenny are both characters. Sometimes they are silly, like when they have meowed like cats at me while I'm doing homework. I had to do a cat reference. They always tear up and dance more. They're vivacious, exuberant, and they say their I love yous every day. The sun's brightness doesn't compare to the brightness Jenny and Paul bring out in each other. They have brilliant smiles, beautiful laughter, and gigantic hearts. So on the coldest winter days, when there's very little light, think of this lovely couple and know that their love makes the world shine bright. Thanks, everybody. Let's take a